Sheena.
Okay, now what do we want to do about this crock pot? Do you want to leave it because it's all
Sheena.
spreading in here?
Sheena.
Honey. How you doing there, sweetie? Hi there. How you doing?
Skyler, how you doing, buddy?
You did a job.
Good.
How are you, Ashton?
You just worked.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh, yes, okay.
And let's see. I need to put my shoes on the buffet. If you do that, I'm going to plug in the Christmas tree.
I really don't know. I know. Just do it.
Oh, what's it called? Except to do here.
That is a neat little vision, isn't it?
You said there's a napkin holder? Oh, no, just put them right here on the buffet, and then take the surround wrap.
That would be the thing to put in there. You'll like this. You'll like this.
You want to buy it?
Cheesecake. Here's a smaller one. You want a smaller one?
Can you believe that?
I really
Can
can't
you
believe Aunt Diane made that.
Oh.
We both did, Diana. Can you believe? Look at see. This is what Diane said. Sheena, could you come over about 15 minutes? I just need 15 minutes of your time. I get over here, and 3 hours later, I go home.
You made.
And I didn't make all. I mean, we didn't even make enough to go all the way around.
Well, that's good enough. That's the front side.
That's right.
Oh,
Look at these. Look at these.
Yeah, and they're handy. You know, they can do some wedding cakes.
Well, that's what she
And that's so
said.
pretty and fun.
Honestly, I tried to talk her out of it, Aunt Becky, because I felt like that was just too much.
I think she was up.
Diane Jackson, I was the mean little girl at the wedding.
Absolutely, I remember. I thought he was a used car salesman, and I was ready to buy.
It's wonderful to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm so glad you all came.
Yes,
This is great. This is
He
great.
brought a few sprinkles with him.
Yeah, it's so
Into
good.
it. Used to be just a
It has
mudslide.
been a long time. You look great.
thank you.
Oh, nephew.
Oh, yes,
Can't believe
I
you've
did.
done that.
Okay, let me.
It's really starting. We've got a gang out there now. Hello.
These are gorgeous. I have never seen this.
Cherry, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm Don. Diane, yeah, Diane.
Hey, Mom. Yeah. Come on in, Sissy. No, here's your
Yeah, well, he told me a little bit about it.
At home again.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's had a long, hard
That's
trip.
right, your dad showed it to me.
Did he?
He had it in the
That's all three, they just come.
Oh, is that right?
It's good.
Well, there's Sonny Beth.
Huh?
Sure they all got him the right. Yeah.
This is great.
He tried to save us a little bit. I knew you had your side.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I saw Sissy.
You don't remember who's that side, do you?
Yeah.
What's the,
Been on it all day. And this is Skyler. This is my dad. I know he's
Beth, are you not going to come me? I changed it because I like minutes.
He's from NBC. Look for us in the morning.
Did you see the cake?
Mother, have you seen the table? Can you believe that?
Oh, Diane, this is unreal.
Okay, I don't know where my sign is.
Get that out of my face.
We're just gonna look at it.
Just gonna look at it.
It's still in the oven.
That's just
It's big, it's good.
Did you get a birthday balloon? Did you get a birthday card?
Now we can.
Really, I'm like,
Because Dustin's getting $2,000. Yeah, I'm in
oh boy, picture time!
I just love
Okay,
it.
wait a minute. Here's Scott.
Do I look good?
Well, I like your birthday, Skyler.
Am I supposed to say it or supposed to stand up?
Come here, you go. Oh, Diane, that's beautiful. I was so afraid it was all going to fall. But it didn't. Nothing fell. So far.
Cheesecake and wedding cake.
She did this week.
She made that in there. I can't hardly deliver it, can you?
Waste your film on all men.
And they go perfectly with your outfit. I mean, actually, to tell you the truth,
Step back behind Shannon to get everybody.
Okay, that's what I got.
One more, hang on.
One more.
How do you make the flash come on?
If it doesn't on its own, you can't make it.
No, it's fast. When you have
No, no, no.
And everybody can come.
Now, I didn't make them all. She
We'd like to just do a homework. Roll with it. 6 years old. Can never, don't buy real. It's a bottom
maybe that's her. I think that's her.
Taylor, your girls are so beautiful. Every time I see
Y'all get in line. I'm the only one freaking pretty little man.
I took one from in there and one from in here.
That's why.
They're meatballs.
oh, well, you can't do that anymore. This is, oh, I need some of that, thank
Can
you.
you find something? What there is to drink? It's grape juice and ginger ale. Okay, and then this fruit punch is real sweet, but there's some water and there's,
You know, there's two stuff in
there
there.
and some orange slices.
Oh, they're right here. They're behind.
Diane, are you gonna eat it?
Leave our wheel. I'm just so glad you came. It's good to have you. Oh, you can just eat for days here.
The only thing is if you turn the light off, then you have to turn your flash on, and the flash will flicker from there.
Oh, it was right here. That's why you consider.
Which one?
That's on the second tier.
I don't even know that I made that one.
Yep, you did.
Uh-huh.
And that's how they make the cakes, and I was like,
Thank you. I really had fun doing it. I really did. Oh, it's just unbelievable.
Good one.
How did it operate?
okay, push on the back of it.
All of y'all put your legs back together.
Now, that's on the video.
Be ready.
Wait a minute, I want to use my camera. Ready? Okay, yeah.
Okay, her camera.
Where's Dad?
There's some chairs.
There's that man right there.
Okay, sit everybody.
Oh, in the same.
And we're just so excited that everybody got to come here, especially, well, just everybody. I'm just tickled to death to have everybody here. We also want to give Aunt Diane a big thank you for having it in her house, and I didn't have to do it. And she did a wonderful job. All of this was her idea. And Dawn,
Sheena,
thank you for your billfold.
I just want to know, who are these people? Don't know.
Exactly right. Go ahead, Jeana, start your solo. Okay, now Aunt Diane wants to, we get to do a little song and dance of what was popular in 1953 when they were married. And everybody has to help.
1953 was a great year because it was a great year for marriages right here. Now there were two songs that were the most popular. How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the shaggy tail. I forgot the rest. Y'all just bark among yourselves. But the second one, which is so appropriate for this party, please everybody sing along. Anybody over 40 is going to know it. Anybody under 40 needs to learn it. And Don is going to lead it.
Oh, am I?
It's That's Amore.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, nice and loud. We like to rattle the neighbors.
Get your wife out the pizza pie. That's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've been too much wine, that's amore. Bells keep ringing, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Peek-a-bella. Hearts will play, tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay card to Bella. Lucky fella. When the stars make you drool, it's like what's the puzzle? That's amore. You dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Excuse me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore.
What's our next thing? The grandchildren.
Okay. Isaac and the grandchildren.
Sounds
And
like a
grandnieces.
recording group.
Yes, it
and the
does. Isaac
grandchildren.
and the grandchildren. Yeah.
Did you, you have to sing now. Do you, got your best?
I guess oldest first?
oh. We've been preparing for this for a while.
You're the oldest. And the oldest of four always takes charge.
That's right. Okay. There's one thing. Oh, one way that you know that you're Jean and Regina's grandchild is that No matter what, you can do anything you put your mind to.
There you go.
You stole the best one, Jessica.
I stole the best one.
Now they don't know what to say.
I got to go first.
So we're going to just go age.
Okay, it's y'all's game.
One way you know that you are Aunt Regina's and Uncle Gene's grandniece is that it takes you 2 hours to decide on whether or not to buy a dress that you looked at on the sales rack for 2 weeks.
Don't get tacky now.
Me?
Oh.
Okay. You know when you're Jean and Regina's grandniece when you organize your life and everyone else's as well.
All right, I've got 3. You know you're Jean and Regina's grandchild if you've ever been called out, recognized, or made to stand up during a church service. You know that you're Jean and Regina's grandchild if you've never had to eat it because Granddaddy said you didn't have to. And you know you're Jean and Regina's grandchild if you know that they're 2 of the best people God ever created.
Thank you.
I can't remember mine. Oh, yeah. You know if you're their grandkids, if someone asks for one of your pictures of any given point in your life, they can help you out with that, for sure. They have plenty of pictures of us.
You know you're Jean Regina's grandkid if you want things done right now and you want them
Y'all, it says remarks by Jean and Regina.
You mean she's speechless?
You go first and then there won't be any time left.
Okay. I'm going to be a little bit serious to begin with. When I was 16 years old, I rededicated my life. And I said, God, whatever it is for you want me to do, I will do it. But I was selfish because I said, God, I don't want to be a missionary. I do not want to do that. So, okay, I go to Bethel College, and Jean Richardson walked in at Bethel College when I was playing cards. I thought, that's the guy that God wants me to marry. And sure enough, I did. But I'll have to say, for 50 years, we've fought, we've made love, we've done it all, and it's been a wonderful life, and I never have regretted being a preacher's wife. So, and all of you have been part of it. My extended family and the rest of the family, you are wonderful, and we love all of you, and I mean it from my heart. But to be a preacher's wife, I've been told many times that I couldn't be one. I didn't plan to be one. I went to Bethel, and somebody asked me, you come here to marry one of these preachers? And I said I wouldn't have one on silver platter. And I'm still with him after 50 years. So I'm going to hang in there. If he tries to divorce me, tough. I'm not divorcing him. I've been with him this long, so that's it.
She didn't tell you all the story. What the reason she had determined not to marry a minister. But the reason she decided to marry me because she decided I was not enough preacher to hurt anything. I talked a little bit about this at church this morning. We have no recipe. We have no formula. We don't have no plan. You know, there have been times when Regina had just driven me up the wall. And I know there have been times when she just literally despised me. But we don't have any recipe. You know, how did it last so long? We never worked anything out. We just let it go. You know, you read all these books and hear all these counselors talk about working things out. We never worked anything out. We just went on and let it pass behind us, and we're still here. This past week I found a little saying, a quotation in one of my files that said, we talk a lot about grounds for divorce. Grounds for divorce, common phrase we all know about. We've all considered that. This guy said we talk a lot about grounds for divorce when we need to talk about grounds for marriage. And I thought, well, that pretty well says what I think needs to be said, grounds for marriage. I will tell you that if after 50 years, this would be my choice today, if I could line up all the beautiful women and sexy women in the world, and someone said you can take any woman you want for the next 50 years, I would choose Regina.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't what you told me last week.
Well, we worked that one out. We just let it pass. And I would say that about my daughters and my son-in-law also. And this is not just off the top of my head. I would say this about my 5 grandchildren. If I could line up all the daughters in the world and all the son-in-laws in the world and say, you can have your choice, I would take the ones I've got. Again, even though I had nothing to say with some of that, you know, the son-in-laws like to come to my churches also when I'm preaching. They just love it because I always make sure that they're introduced properly and appropriately. And the story I always tell when they come, the few times they've come to, when I was conducting a service, I've told the story about every father-in-law. Every father knows that there is the perfect guy out there someplace for his daughters. It's never the ones they bring home. I want to tell you a little bit more about how this all got started. And if you read my book, you read all these stories, but I graduated from college after 3 years. I went summers, regular terms. I graduated in one summer and started seminary that fall, and I was found out after 6 weeks that I was totally burned out. I was not interested in any more education. And so at the middle of the term, I dropped out of school and got a secular job working in a military arsenal, still not married. Then I went to Paducah, Kentucky to be a youth minister. And the next fall, I came back to the campus of Bethel College just for a visit in November, sometime, I guess, before Thanksgiving, just to visit the campus. And I walked into where she was playing cards. In those days, there were 2 main dormitories on the Bethel College campus, the girls' dormitory here and the boys' dormitory over here. In the girls' dormitory, you walked up. Before meals, the boys could go into the living room and the front porch of the girls' dorm because the cafeteria was in the dormitory, girls' dormitory. So they would allow us to come in for an hour before dinner to visit with the young ladies in the girls' dorm living room. Well, this was just getting dark when I arrived, and it was after dinner, and you could stay in there till 8:30. The girls, by the way, the girls had to be in the dorm behind locked doors at 8:30 during weekday nights. But the boys could hang around for a while after dinner. So I got there about dusk, right after supper, walked up the front steps onto the screened-in front porch. And on my right, there were college students all over the porch. And on my right was a card table. There were 3 people seated at this card table. They were getting ready to play rook. They didn't have a 4th person. Bill Wood, my friend, who has been a missionary, was seated here. Somebody who turned out to be my partner was seated over there. I don't remember anything about who that person was. And there was this young, sassy brunette, dark skin, dark eyes popping and snapping, sitting over here on this side. Bill Wood invited me to be the 4th at the game of rook. Well, that right there is where it all started. She had that little sassy look and that little sassy smirky conversation.
Just lovely.
Her dark eyes popping and her hair so black that it looked blue coming off the light. Well, I'm just visiting, see. I'm tired of education. I've had it for a while. I knew I'd come back sometime, but I wasn't ready until that night. On my way back to Paducah the next morning, I decided that I needed some more education. All we had done was to be introduced and to go through a root game. So I went back to Paducah. I resigned my position. In February, I came back to Bethel College. And Regina was there. She had a boyfriend, a very serious boyfriend. The Laycocks will understand this name, and I'm not being disrespectful, but you know what his name was? Tansy Peeler. Tansy Peeler. Yeah, Tansy. I mean, what kind of name is that? But he had a new Ford, I think it was a Fairlane 500 in those days, convertible. He didn't go to Bethel. He brought her every Monday morning to class in that new Ford convertible. He would come Friday afternoon and she lived just, 20, 25 miles away. So he'd bring her back to school on Monday morning. He lived in the Dresden-Palmersville area. He'd come on Friday afternoon just as soon as class was over and take her back to her home. So right away, that very night when we played Rook, I decided I need to get closer to this woman. So I got back in school. That was my first strategic move, was to get back in school. And over time period, I got closer to her, and of course she was gone every weekend with Tansy. That finally sort of faded away, and in May of 1953, I'd been in school since February. In May of 1953, Bethel College campus then had a lot of big old oak trees. It's sort of the picturesque pattern between the administration building and the board's dorm, and there was a railroad track went down by the college campus. And in between the administration building, which was probably a couple hundred yards, there were these big oak trees. One night we went.
Don't tell too much.
Well, I'm thinking about my grandchildren right now. One night we were out walking under the oak trees, and the moon was shining brightly, and I pulled her over beside, under one of the trees out of the glare of the moonlight. And I happened to have with me, don't listen, John. And don't take this farther than I mean for it to go. We're a public campus, but I happen to have with me a blanket.
Just happen to have. Just happen to have.
What?
Just happen to have.
Just happen to have. I just happen to have it with me.
That's something people carry around all the time, Dad.
And we sat down under the shade of that oak tree from the moonlight. And I don't remember the conversation. I don't remember how in the world I ever thought of what to say or how I said it. I have no idea. But we agreed that night in May that we would get married.
You look pretty.
Compromise.
You worked it out.
Sheena was born 2 years after we were married, people. You're making this bad.
No, it's true. I'm telling all of this is absolutely
Well, you hurry up.
But somehow I was able to broach the subject, and she understood what I was talking about, and we made our tentative plans, and we got married then in September that same year.
Would you have married Tansy if he'd had a blanket?
By the way, this is Sissy and Shep's anniversary also. They got married on our anniversary a year later. So
September 18th. And Don, Diane will be back here for their anniversary.
I'll have some. Is this on again next year?
Diane's been bugging me, excuse me, Sheena, Diane's been bugging me, wanting to know, she wouldn't let me go, wanted to know what our song was. Well, we didn't really have enough time to have a song.
He's too busy straightening up the blanket.
But last week, I selected our song. And it is a song of the era. I'm not exactly sure when Nat King Cole hit it big, but I'm pretty sure it was in the early 50s. And this is our song. It's my song anyway. Don't blame me for falling in love with you. I'm under your spell, so how can I help it? Don't blame me. Can't you see when you do the things you do? If I can't conceal the thrill that I feel, don't blame me. I can't help it if that doggone moon above makes me need someone like you to love. Blame your kiss, as sweet as a kiss could be. And blame all your charms that melt in my arms, but don't blame me. Blame your kiss, as sweet as a kiss could be. Blame all your charms that melt in my arms, but don't blame me.
Was that Nat King Cole?
Nat King Cole.
I can see why the Fairwing lost out to the blanket.
Make sure everybody signs the back of the 50th anniversary plate.
Let's stand up and let's sing it and kind of sway with the music, and then the bridal couple can join in the dancing anytime they want.
Y'all can dance.
Let's bring down here, go. And then they can dance with you. The word wasn't said.
Dance, John.
There were stars in the sky, except for you. In your eyes. Everybody sway. Give it
Let's go, John. You win this year. This year. That's a wild one right there.
Seem to fade into the light, coming on. The sun shone anew, but the dance lingered on. Could we but relive that sweet moments of life? We find that our love is not altered by time.
You're something else.
Y'all been practicing, I can tell you.
Of course, you didn't know you was going to get it, He's about, he's worn out. Just give out. I ain't cut that thing off.
It's almost at the end. Hang in there. Hang in there. It's almost over.
I apologize for my sister. She makes people do everything.
Darn, I wanted to play games, but it was worth it to see y'all dance.
No, it was hard top, wasn't it? What that, I believe it was But anyway, I had an A model. I had an A model road.
A model road.
Yeah,
An A model road.
I did.
It was a little antique back then.
My camera died.
They didn't give me any. They gave me an empty glass. I think I'm supposed to propose a toast. So a
Hey,
toast,
listen, I was
Jeana and Regena.
I was talking nice about you.
Oh, is that right? But I'd like to propose a toast, not only for Jean and Regena's dedication and marriage for 50 years, but also to their dedication to their family and their friends and to God. And I think I speak for everybody here when I say that I think that they're an inspiration to us, and I hope you all remain an inspiration to us for a long, 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 long to Jeana and Regena.
Oh, wait. What do we do?
Just wait.
Just wait, I got one too.
Okay.
When I was first asked or told I could say a few words today, I thought, wow, what an honor. I'd be pleased to. And then what to say, my first thought was 50 years. Man, that's a long time. Then I thought, whoops, I'm 47. No, 50 years is not no long time at all. But my second thought was 50 years, man, that is a long time. And you two should feel very proud. It's quite an accomplishment, and I think we've all been blessed because of it. And finally, I've often heard your stories about how your hopes for future son-in-laws never turned out to be what you'd hoped for. But I came into this family over 25 years ago. Most of that time I was without my parents. And you've always made me feel like you were my parents too. Besides, no matter how lacking you think your son-in-laws are, you've got to admit you've got some great grandkids. Here's the next 50 years.
Thank you.
Where's the fireplace?
Good job. Both son-in-laws did a really good job. There's, you want to come in a little bit? Oh, yes. There.
Okay, Diane, frown. No, they have to be tied outside.
Okay. Hang on just 1 second.
1, 2,
No more pictures.
Everyone has a purpose to keep it. Can you wear that dress?
Sure.
You cannot.
Oh, gosh, I'm
So you still get in that dress?
Yeah.
So Jean's hand is on top of yours as you're cutting. Yeah.
Oh, we're not getting married.
Is that what we're supposed to do?
Like
y'all
you
can smile. One, hand.
Oh, that fly. And spread your hand out so we can see the new diamond. Yes.
That's good. Okay, now who's serving it?
Good. Okay, is everybody ready?
Here, you tear your fingernails.
Is there a fish place? Huh?
Excellent.
Oh.
Oh.
That's pretty.
That's so pretty.
Oh, hush.
Is that the game plan, or is that what you've always wanted?
That is pretty. It is pretty. Put it in.
Oh, you're supposed to get a card and a book?
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, a beautiful bowl, gold.
Whoa.
That's pretty good. Is that?
I
So that'll hold a lot of chicken with us.
Debbie and Terry.
That's so
I've seen them in Walmart.
That's really pretty.
No, actually, it was General Dollar. It'll be called River Rat.
Real soon.
We
I
got
think it's a sack of money. You think it is?
Must be a mistake.
Well, they don't need any money, they got money.
Honeymoon vacation.
They got, they're going to New York, they must have money.
Cohen's. Well,
What in the world am I out like?
Go dollars.
This is to buy your play
This is to
tickets
go to
with
the
in
play.
New York City.
It's enough to buy.
That's enough to
Vikings.
buy your play tickets
Oh,
in New York City.
where'd you get all these? Where'd you go to the bank and get this?
We robbed a bank.
Well, of course,
Their gold dollars is to the silver dollars.
Where'd you get all this stuff?
Gene, I found out, I was in a gas station the other day, and I told the lady, I got some quarters here, I'd like to
There
trade
is
them in.
one
Had a
Susan
whole
B.
box,
company there.
and she gave me all the instructions on how to change drawers.
That's a pot of gold.
They'll do just fine.
There's one that in the dishes go.
Well, I never see them.
Put it up here with the dishes.
No, I understand.
I just learned that word Becky did. I don't know what one is.
Change is what usually happens when you sweat too much.
oh, and she's got them written. May this reflect many, many more years of love, joy, and happiness. Happy anniversary, Don and Diane. I love it. Thank you.
And that's a new tablecloth that was wrapped in it, so that's not enough.
Oh, that's a tablecloth?
Uh-huh.
Oh, oh my goodness.
You can take it to Central Park with you,
There's
Daddy.
a song about a blanket, isn't it? Johnny
Yeah, but
Cash.
don't drape it across your shoulder.
Did Johnny Cash ever?
That's very great. See, this is a diamond ring. Oh, it is jewelry. Maybe. Oh, no. 50th
Oh, no, you.
Our 50th Christmas together.
She goes, oh, it's jewelry shop.
Did you do that? Oh, no.
Is that jewelry?
That's from the
Can't you
Jacksons.
tell that Daddy did that?
That's
Look
a
at
Christmas
his face.
tree ornament.
You didn't do that.
It's from Diane.
Oh.
It's from Don and Diane. Yeah.
How cute.
It's a Christmas tree ornament.
It's from the dang Jacksons.
That's okay, leave them alone. They've done pretty good.
Well, they went on that 450.
High standard for you, didn't it?
Diane said, you're not gonna be cheap, you cannot use a coupon, get out there and get it.
Well, I don't think I lived up to their standards.
Really? This feels like rock. More money! More gold money!
Who's that from?
Don and Diane.
Well,
It's probably not real.
That's the only thing I can find gold.
Gene, you were asking about the bank came from ORNL, Victor Avenue.
I know what somebody did that wasn't supposed to do that. Shame on you.
Oh, I tell ya.
Shame on you.
Gold money.
Diane.
That'll buy your gun for New York.
Now you don't need a gun for New York.
That's a funny.
Unless it all goes, it's going gold.
Unless you get on the subway and go the wrong way.
Something golden for the golden boy to wear in New York City.
New York.
That must be for Diane too.
Something for the
The
golden.
golden boy is here.
They're not gonna be.
Read it on everybody.
Some kind of sauce. New York City.
It's a Regina
Something for the gold boy to wear.
Golden boy, show it.
I'm not sure I'd like to see you.
I didn't have one.
Well, now I know we're back in a family party.
Things are And it's silver on the other side. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Oh, that's like my belt. It's black.
Now, Diane, what was this one for you all? September 1st.
36.
Was it 36?
36, yeah.
Because ours had to go by the way.
Someone else had anniversary.
Sheena, ours was yesterday.
Theirs was yesterday.
I never remember.
That I remembered. I told them it was their anniversary.
I wonder, you
Oh,
know.
look at that.
Okay.
I thought there was something I couldn't remember.
Everybody listen
Peace
now.
in the valley.
This is written, at the bottom line says, love Becky. In the fall of '52, Regina trotted off to school. At the advice of Ray and Ethel, she chose a college by the name of Bethel. One night, as she ascended the steps, she happened to glance to her left. She describes this evening as very lucky because she met a dreamboat from Kentucky. This is not fiction. He courted her with a passion for life, soon popping the question, will you be my wife? 2 beautiful daughters completed this family of 4, laughing, loving, living. They could not ask for more. Through the years, the family has grown to a large 11. Even with the ups and downs, it's been like living in heaven. So on this celebration day, we offer our congratulations and wish to say, happy anniversary, Jean and Regina Ray. Love, Becky.
Hey, Sandy is wonderful.
Yeah, we should one with Forrest
He has always said there's nothing better looking than a woman in my
All that's not all
Jessica
together.
Aaron. Do we read this out loud, Jessica? Is that okay?
It's full of letters.
The whole book is memoirs from everybody, and and some people just got theirs here today.
Yeah, I don't have enough
To go in
videotape
that
to
book.
read
They
it.
go in the book.
Oh,
They go in the book, just notes written to you.
Read them on your own time. We have things to do.
We're running out of daylight here.
It's something for you to look at.
It's a
They're all heartfelt.
Well, you have nothing to do in New York.
Ashton,
Take the book with you.
letter I
Oh, they'll
found
have a lot.
that you wrote in school.
Yes.
They'll go see David Letterman.
I got one more thing here. Hold it in the back row there. I got one more thing.
uh-oh.
This is technically from me to Jean.
So wait a
It's
minute,
really from the whole family. It's an award of merit, blue ribbon for putting up with Regina for 50 years.
I will wear it with pride.
Oh, well, good.
Meritorious.
Was that from you, Dennis?
Who is this from? From Calhoun's? Who gave me us
You mean
this?
2 Calhouns?
Allison's. Darcy Guy Allison.
I laid some stuff.
$30 gift. My God, my strength, and whom I will trust. With God, all things are possible, grandchildren and nieces.
It only took us 10 threatening emails.
Album, the ones that I did, the theme was Camp Chilhowie. It was amazing how often. I haven't read the
That's my Savannah girl.
Thank you.
I thought you were talking to
It's a
We gotta get a good picture.
camel, it's Christmas. 3 wise men. Away in the manger, something, I don't know. Grandmother is very special to me because we always have fun and she always there to help me. Like when my dog Missy died, my grandmother was there to comfort me and to help me think back at different wonderful times with Missy. After I was old enough to walk and talk, my grandmother would sit in a rocking chair, put me on her lap.
No more toast.
You want
Put
Debbie?
me, no, I'm fine. And with her deep but slightly high-pitched voice. She sang me Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, Baa Baa, Black Sheep, and other lullabies while also rocking me to sleep. I did rock you to sleep a lot. My favorite thing that she did with me was wash my hair and make horns stick out of my head like a monster or a unicorn. We always giggled when she did that because I looked so silly with my hair sticking up in horns. On Valentine's Day, she snuck up on me and gave me a paddle on the bottom with a love paddle. and said in a whisper, "I love you." And I whispered back, "I love you too." We giggled softly together. Every time she comes over, or we go over to her house, she gives me hugs and kisses all day. She still washes my hair, but now she doesn't make horns with it because I'm too old and my hair isn't stiff like it was anymore. And that is why and how my grandmother is so special to me. I will always have lots of love for her. Thank you.
She had written that for a school project. I don't know, it just like fell out of something. It
We deserved. Really, really, really.
So can we go to New York with you?
We would love for somebody to go, or all of you to go. Now, grandkids, I don't have that much money, so.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, we got a lot.
I guess everybody knows the story till you're sick of it. We're gonna stay right close to Times Square in a little hotel.
That's not
Right in the center.
You leave the
We're gonna-
18th?
Thanks.
You leave the 18th?
Thursday, yeah.
You got Bill Leary.
When is that turned on?
Yeah.
Y'all have another camera for me to use?
No, we're at me.
Okay,
well,
well,
that was pretty.
do one
Wait a
more.
minute.
Do one more, okay.
Get the grandkids in here, and then we're
Let's get one without Jeana and I'll make it fast.
Get one good one, and I'll go get the rest of the grandkids.
I thought she was going to one.
Sorry. Okay, ready? 1, 2.
Okay, grand.
Yeah, that's
Ready?
symmetrical.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. 1, 2.
Why don't you get one more, Shannon? Okay.
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 Dennis and Beth, I haven't had.
Bigger Regina's head of my belly.
Yes, yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
No, that, yeah. But you're trading our hand.
That's good.
Use my camera.
Yeah, there you go. If you can send your toes, that'd be great. 1, 2.
All right.
What you get?
I charge fair price.
Yeah, that'll work.
Wasted each time.
Because most people still want everything done.
Ashley's gonna use the bed a little bit more.
I used to take my shoes when I was in high school.